Mieti Allah. They don't come out, cut the federal government say that anti-grazing law where some governors they implement for their states say make they stop am. He say because if they won't carry out that anti-grazing law, he say kasala go burst o. He say security go full everywhere. Mieti Allah where they give the news press through channel TV station. They say if the state they sure put that anti-grazing law, he say everywhere go burst. So one, meat go dey shortage. Two, alarm go dey. Three, the insecurity wey we dey experience now, he say na small one. Say that time area people no go dey sleep with two eye closed. He say if everybody for Nigeria go dey sleep with one eye. He say because they go cause kasala for everywhere. For those of una wey never wash them, wey they talk am. Oh yeah, take am.
Anti-grazing laws and banning of open grazing is a satanic agenda to destroy our means of livelihood by desperate politicians acting on faulty and self-serving security reports. It is Frederick Bessia in 1801, in his economic sophism, who said, when plunder becomes a way of life of a group of men living together in a society, they create for themselves in the course of time a legal system that authorizes it and a moral code that glorifies it. This is a clear case of the current rush to create negative laws against our cultural heritage. Anti-grazing laws and policies are attempts to ban open grazing are nothing but populist and corrupt-driven agenda designed by visionless, inept, and desperate politicians to destroy pastoralist means of livelihood. These dangerous and satanic laws must be nipped in the bud by the National Assembly to safeguard the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as it portends greater danger to the corporate existence of the country. These oppressive laws and hostile policies being enacted by state governors are fundamentally going against the Fulani pastoralist culture, economic interests, and constitutional rights. It is important to note that interstate movement of pastoralists is similar to interstate commerce, which is an exclusive preserve of the legislative powers of the National Assembly under Item 62 of the exclusive legislative list. To this effect, any action taken by any state assembly that is in conflict with the above section of the 1999 Constitution as amended is null and void and of no effect and of no consequences to the pastoralists. These laws do not take into cognizance the sociology, economic of production, climate variation, and other push factors that are inherent in pastoralist movements across ecological zones. It is a common knowledge that Nigerian mode of agricultural practice is still primitive all over the country and are not consistent with global best practices. So why singling out the pastoralists who have been suffering from cumulative years of neglect in terms of development from both federal, state, and local governments? There is a looming danger and security implications of these satanic laws by the ill-informed governors on national security. The laws will destroy livestock production and send into poverty millions of people that depend on livestock value chain. The butchers, the transporters, the livestock dealers, the consumers who are used to affordable source of beef and milk are going to be affected. The laws will undermine relative peace and stability currently enjoyed in local communities and threaten social order. The laws will exacerbate cattle rustling in local communities as criminal gangs and state-sponsored vigilantes like Amotekun and other state-sponsored gangs to be rustling our cattle. The laws will lead to a serious humanitarian crisis as families will be destabilized, market and economic livelihood will be disrupted. The laws will lead to massive cross-border migration that will create further security challenges for the country. In a similar vein, our organization totally condemned the continuous extortion of Fulani pastoralists and profiling of Fulanis by the governor of Benue State, Samuel Otom, and call on him to offer an unreserved apology to the Fulani race for the tissues of lies, propaganda, falsehood against the Fulani ethnic group, particularly our organization, the Mieti Allah Kautal Hore. Our organization applauds the renewed efforts of security agencies in the massive onslaught against criminals, cattle rustlers, kidnappers, bandits, particularly the near decimation of Boko Haram terrorists in the northeast, arrest of the notorious Biafran terrorist Nnamdi Kanu, and the smoking of the murderous Yoruba bandit gangster Sunday Igboho that is languishing in Benenua prison. Our organization totally condemned the vituperations of one Emir of Muri in Taraba State for genocidal propaganda against the Fulani pastoralists, and have since taken the necessary legal steps against the misguided local monarch, and have written to the Taraba State governor to immediately dethrone the deranged monarch. Finally, we commend the courageous efforts of the federal government under the progressive leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari for listening to our consistent call to restore existing grazing reserves and routes, create new ones, as it is the only sustainable solution to the farmer-herder conflict in this country.
Afa, you see, this Mieti Allah, so, na cow on the control. If na ordinary person now, or let's say Nnamdi Kanu, or some of the Bohu, now they make out some of these threats. So, I believe say therefore don't go DSS for don't come out. But this kind of statement, when this Mieti Allah they give, so it should not be taken lightly. This will not be waiting that they take for joke. They threaten a hopeful country. Say if they put anti-grazing law, una go cause kasala. Which kind country they accept this kind of threat? Now, they never will talk finish. Now in their cow, where they stroll for Issa Abuja, they gallivant. Now it cause heavy accident. If you see accident, go slow. In fact, this Mieti Allah, the president of this country. If you see waiting their car or cause, oh yeah, if you know so for that, whenever I wash when their car take cause accident, jam motor. I'm not sure say that motor jam them, that the car jam motor. Now the motor compress. For those of that, whenever I wash, oh yeah, take car.
Calm down. Cow caused this accident right now. Cow caused this thing. See them on highway. Cow caused this thing. My God, what is this? Cow caused this. Madam,
ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the senior citizens of Nigeria. Sirs, you can have the way, sirs.
You see, now, this one I waited that they kick against you. Public movement of this cow. Now that they give this threat. Make Mieti Allah talk over this one when their cow don't cost. Now, they never have chook mouth for this one. Now, they call recall mat again. They say, if the governors don't stop, they go take a legal action to stop that anti-grazing law. For those of them whenever wash and when they see the talk, say, if the governors don't stop them, the federal government don't stop them, he said they will go court. Oh yeah, take on.
Greater danger to the corporate existence of the country. These oppressive laws and hostile policies being enacted by state governors are fundamentally going against the Fulani pastoralist culture, economic interest, and constitutional rights. We also are going to take legal actions against the state to challenge them both in our local courts and international courts, because it's fundamentally against the constitution of the country. And then thirdly, we are going to also apply political solutions. That's why we're appealing to the National Assembly, the President, and also initiate series of dialogue, because we believe some of these governors are ill-informed about the real causes of security challenges they are having in their states.
see, see the kind boast where these people get. They put boo for them, put boo for them. Now you be president of this country. But to be more truthful, you know the act as president. See these threats when these people they give. I know say now your people, all of them are the same, but make Nigerians get their respect. Not be that they supply the full country food. Whether they feed, they come out the boast say if they implement that grazing law, the insecurity go increase. Buhari, you go fit do am, you fit stop this thing. You be good man. I remember when you talk say you not go end up as a failure for inside the presidency where you did so. Stopping some of these things now make you be good man. Call this your people to order, make peace for him. I don't tell him if this guy wants to make peace reign for this country, not go take him 2 days. Everywhere go come. Now your people, this Mieti Allah, and they cause all these troubles. With all this comment where they mix you, there are people they hear. They hear where the people they hear so, and they give their demand. Till they do what they do so. Oh, can I hear me go to stop for today? Yeah? For those of you who never subscribe to my channel, you want to subscribe. Eh? The future is filming. The future is filming. Eh? The future is filming. Correct. You know now, the future is filming. Subscribe to my channel. Just press that word. Subscribe. Now free. You know they pay anything. The future is filming. Eh? Eh? Not call high meal. Not call high. See, not just call answer my phone number. Me go. I go shop your here. Not because as I post like this, I not say your button on the right. If you try, I go shop your here. Come on. Won't hide you. Subscribe. Share my video. As you share, the next one you will get notification. Now free. Every news for Omega TV 1 to 3. Now.